What's up, YouTube? If you don't know, you gotta stick around just because of the fact we're gonna go over some of the gear that we bring along for our kids that usually get left behind or overthought as we're packing. This isn't gonna go over the basic stuff like hygiene and clothes and things like that that you'd bring for a kid. This is just gonna go over like a little bit up. So basically it's gonna bring the level here where your kid loves to go camping or going to the beach, and then just let's elevate it just a bit, okay? So we're gonna go over this and I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing on the list we're gonna go over that everybody always forgets is a nightlight. So I really like this nightlight. It's a funny story. Basically what happened with this nightlight is we went camping about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And then there's a couple that actually took our camping spot. And so it was Lillian's very first camping experience. And for those who don't know, Lillian is my daughter. And basically what happened was they actually gave this to her. It's called a Lucie, L-U-C-I-E, like so. It is a solar panel, or solar chargeable, inflatable nightlight. I'm out of breath. Okay, and then you just hit the button. It has two different lights, a low and a high light, and then you have a strobe. So basically Lillian sleeps with this right next to her. The very first time she went camping, she was freaked out with all the noises. And basically this actually helped her go to sleep at night. So this is a very, very high choice of what I totally recommend to bring with kids, especially if the young ones, and it's their first experience and you're trying to just get them acclimated with nature. So I would highly recommend this. So going on to number 2. We all talk about s'mores and all of those snacks that we have around the campfire. If you want to up it up a little bit and kind of cut down the sugar as much as possible, but still make it very memorable for your kids, I would recommend doing the marshmallow puffs and getting strawberries, dumping them in right in there, and then heating it on the fire. They're way better than s'mores, and the kids love them. Now, what I would recommend for that is the skewers. If your skewers are only about 2 feet long, I would highly recommend to get longer ones if possible. The kids do want to make the s'mores or the marshmallow puff strawberries themselves, but they get afraid of the fire just because of the heat. So for security reasons and for your child, I would get longer skewers so that way they can make their own s'mores and be active and a part of the group making them, and at the same time being far enough away to be safe, because you don't want them to accidentally touch the fire or fall. So that's one of the big things I would recommend, is getting longer skewers to make those type of campfire snacks. Number 3. These are from Costco. You can also get them at Amazon. Yeah! They're the beach buckets or sand buckets. They come with a bunch of stuff. Cups, smaller buckets, you can make sandcastles. And the great thing about this is you can go anywhere camping, and it allows the kids to actually play outside with the dirt and be one with nature, which I highly recommend if you're going out there anyways. It makes them active. My daughter will play with that bucket for hours and just dig up dirt and put it in the bucket, dig up rocks, you name it, and she absolutely loves it, and to the point where she will keep talking about wanting to go to the beach or camping just to dig in the ground. Okay, so moving on to number 4, footwear. We always pack basically shoes or shoes that they're wearing, but you have to be ready for all elements. So we pack slippers, and the biggest factor is boots. You can let them run around in puddles. If it's raining, you don't have to worry about anything. That's something I would highly recommend. Bring multiple footwear, so that way for hiking or camping, they're ready for anything that comes their way. Number 5 goes in with number 4. Bring extra layers. Always be prepared for the elements. Rain jacket, thicker jacket. I mean, we're in the summertime. We just went camping and it dropped down to 55 degrees, which is kind of uncomfortable for my daughter. I'm okay and fine. I wore a t-shirt the whole time. But for her, I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. So being able to wear a jacket, thicker clothes, me packing that was a big plus, just because she could still play out and be comfortable. So I would highly recommend bringing extra layers and more clothes than you would think, because they're gonna be getting dirty. And you know, just to be able to change them out, it would be a big plus. Number 6, prepare proper food. A lot of people I know that do go camping, they just bring canned stuff or chips. You don't want them snacking on that all the time. So some, you know, so don't bring any of this. I like the doggone Chef Boyardee. I do like it, but at the same time, that's not something you want to give your kids eating all the time. So I would prepare actual food itself. If you get one of those coolers that are either electrical or like a Yeti or a Lifetime, the benefit with that is that the ice in the coolers, they last 7 to 10 days. So you can actually pretty much bring anything as long as your haul is not longer than that. If you have one of the plug-in fridges, I mean, you can go as long as you want for your expeditions. One of the coolest things that I always recommend, if you have these pill boxes, or not boxes, pill containers, putting stuff in them that makes your food seasoned. For instance, this is garlic powder. I put all my seasonings in here. I put maple syrup in one of them. So when we have pancakes, we have maple syrup, and I don't have to bring the huge containers of that. So I have all my seasonings and that. And that also goes for when we clean ourselves. Baby shampoo. My daughter loves to shampoo her own hair, and being able to bring this so she doesn't sting her eyes and still be hygienically clean is a big plus. So I would highly recommend these. You can pretty much do anything because these are waterproof. You can put matches in them, fire starters, you name it. These are life-saving. So I would highly recommend, you can buy these or get them pretty much anywhere for cheap. Or if you have prescriptions, always just keep them. I have a box full of just random ones that I have nothing in because I don't know what to put in. But I slowly remember, you know, barbecue sauce. Oh, boom, put that in. Anything I can think of that I miss when I go out on an expedition or camping or hiking or anything like that, always bring stuff in these because they're small and easy to carry. And if you want to add stuff to it, like for instance, like a lighter that you don't want to get wet, you can put in there, and then you can wrap the lighter around with duct tape, you know, probably a couple feet, and just pop it all in here and you'll be good. Or anything that's important that you don't want water to hit. So moving to number 7. A water port is what I would highly recommend. That way, if you have something that has some kind of container that has pressurized water, I know this is a bit more to spend, so you don't necessarily need it, but if you go anywhere that doesn't have water and you have a water port, if you have something with pressurized water, it's so much easier to wash your dishes, wash your kids' hands before they eat, after they're done playing in the mud, when they fall. Just being able to have that pressurized water that you can clean them with, it's very, very high recommendation. And basically the last thing I will say for number 8 is sunscreen and insect repellent. I would stay away from DEET's insect repellent just because it's not that great for if it's contact with your skin, and obviously for the kids. So I got this one at Costco. For people that don't know me, Costco is one of my favorite places in the world. This one it doesn't have DEETs in it. So this works perfectly well for kids. It's kid friendly. So I would recommend that. Costco, if you ever want to sponsor me, I drink these like water. These are the best thing in the world, okay? And they have 0 calories, so it's a big plus. Another thing for toys, bubbles. Kids can't get enough of bubbles. Bubbles is just something on a hike or camping would highly recommend. And for your hygienic stuff, these wipes work very well. They're kind of like baby wipes, so if you have baby wipes, that works as well. But these are basically body wipes for men. I stink when I get BO, so this works very well. Especially if I go somewhere that doesn't have a showering system. Great thing is with the water port, you can just shower yourself and you're good to go. But for those that don't have that, these work well in a pinch. If you don't have those, baby wipes. So that's all I have. for this video. I am happy you guys are tuning in. These videos are amazing to make. I know it's a little bit bare, camera's not fully functioning well. I'm actually moving, or in the process of moving, so I'm basically be moving in about a month and a half. So I've been packing all my stuff and kind of just prepping for it. So everything's kind of all over the place. So these videos do come out every week. I have them come out on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you're gonna start seeing like less and less. The quality of the camera might not be well, so I apologize for that. But if you guys do enjoy and like, if you can smash that like, comment something. I respond to all my comments. And
you guys do enjoy the video. I appreciate it if you like,
subscribe. You know, I appreciate
share,
it. Thank you so
comment,
much for tuning in again.
The drill.
And I'll catch you guys next week.
On the next one, guys.
See ya.